Hey beautiful people, your boy Kagiso M, and today I want to show you how to gem sync the time code between the Rode Wireless Pro and the C70. So it doesn't have to be the C70. The steps that I'm going to follow will pretty much be the same as if you have a camera that natively support the time code. So by natively support the time code, I'm talking about the camera should have a dedicated port for the time code. Of course, you can do this with a camera that doesn't support the time code natively, and you can use the audio port. But for today, let's concentrate on any camera that actually natively supports the time code. And to be able to do this, you are going to need the Rode Wireless Pro, of course, and then you're going to need the camera. I have the C70 here. You're going to need the USB-C cable or your Apple Lightning cable, but those actually comes with your Rode Wireless Pro. Or let me say you will need a cable that you can connect either on the phone, on the PC, or on the Mac between the Rode Wireless Pro and your device. And furthermore, you're going to have to download the software for the Rode Wireless Pro, which is your Rode Central, either on the phone or on your PC or Mac. So that's what you're going to do. And furthermore, one last thing that actually you have to purchase separately is, depending on your camera, is the connection between your Rode Wireless Pro and your camera. In this case, I have the BNC on other side, and then I have the 3.5mm jack on the other side, simply because the Rode Wireless Pro uses the 3.5mm jack and the C70 uses the BNC. So that's what you're going to need. Furthermore, maybe let me just briefly explain what timecode is, what it does in like few seconds. So the timecode is what is generated by either your phone or any other gadget that supports the timecode. So it generates a signal that can be read by the other device, and on this case, which is the camera, and they will be able to sync so that in post we can use that signal on the software. DaVinci Resolve supports timecode, so it can be read to say align this audio and this video, or these two videos. So basically it's just generating a signal that can be read by another device and sync them. So there are few things that you should take note of. There are cameras that will actually natively support the timecode, and those cameras, some of them, if not all, you can actually generate the timecode signal or input the timecode signal into it. The C70, you can do both. The Rode Wireless Pro cannot receive the timecode signal. It can only generate, and then your device must be able to receive the timecode signal. So in brief, that is it. So let's start. I have the C70, I have the Rode Wireless Pro, the USB-C that comes with it. I'm going to put it on the phone. The first thing is I need to record my screen so that you can see this. So as soon as I put the USB-C onto the phone, then the app comes up. You can actually switch that on. So let's look here. The first thing we're going to do is timecode. Let's switch that on. And then the next thing is, because the timecode uses hour, minutes, seconds, and frames, which is the last thing, just be careful that you put the correct frames that you're going to use on the camera. So this tells me that it might be a problem to use like a mixed frames, but I have never tried that. So I'm going to use 25 frames, and then I'm going to use real time. So real time meaning if it's 12:30 here, it's going to be 12:30. In fact, here it's 12:53, so it should use the time. That's how I understand this. Device time, let me just resync this, doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go to routing options. So here I'm going to switch on timecode 5. We are going to use number 5, then switch it on, and then I'm going to apply. So there's few things at the top that you can see there. This is your audio volume. Just put it on 0, and the reason is so that you have a signal going out. So just put it on 0 there. You should be fine, and yeah, that should be set. And then what we need is to connect the BNC here, or the cable that you're going to use for your time code, onto your camera. Okay, so now that we are on the C70, the steps should be pretty much the same as any camera that supports the timecode natively. So what I'm going to do is just to do some setup here so that the camera can take the timecode. So on C70, under settings, you can go to 1, 2, 3, number 3. There, the first thing you're going to change is the TC in and out, because we want to input the timecode onto the C70. We're going to change it to, oh, what did I do? We're going to change it to in. And the next thing, if you look right there at the top where you have 14, 48, 57, nothing is happening. So we're going to change this to free run. Okay, now the C70 is ready to actually receive the timecode signal. Since well we've connected that, the last thing is only to put the 3.5mm jack onto the Rode, and just look right there at the top what's going to happen on that free run time. Yep, immediately it has synced. You can see it showing 4 minutes past 1, which is 13.04. So it is using the time of day, and that is what we have chosen when we were setting up the Rode Wireless Pro. So since you have done this, you can actually remove the Rode Wireless Pro, and the C70 should be able to keep running without an issue. Then you can take this, put it on another C70 or another camera that is natively supporting the C70. So if you have two cameras, of which let's say one doesn't natively support the time code, what you're going to do is, after you gem code the signal, you have to leave the Rode Wireless Pro connected onto the device, so that it now and then send a signal to just say to just stamp it onto the clip, so that later when you use an app like DaVinci Resolve, you are able to sync your videos. So these are the steps that you have to follow when you do a time code sync on the C70 or any camera that supports natively the time code. This is your boy Kagiso M, and I am out of here.